Well, my positively last at any stage. I hate to look at alarms, but however they put on my watchcraft must now close, as I hereby hear by ear from my sealer's socks 'tis time to be up and ambling. My middle toes mitching so mizzle I must else 'twill sarve me out, gulper bulper at parting, and the more the melodist. Farewell, but whenever, as Tisdall told Toole, tempos fidgets, let flee me fiacres, says the grand old monarch, storm-crested crow cock, and undulant hair, hoodies tway. Yes, faith, I am as mew let freer, beneath me cortege bound. I'm as bored now bawling beer's grace at sore Par's there, as Andrew Clays was sharing sawdust with Daniel's old collie. This shack's not big enough for me now, I'm dreaming of ye, Azores, and remember this, Acorines, there's the witch on the heath, sister, Bathsheba peeling, hoary-haired, while her Orcott one is whoring ho, and Win flits between her. Titchy, cries Talmidi, daughters of the heavens, be locks in turnabouts to the wandering sons of Wedloam. The earth's a trot, the sun's a scream, the air's a jig, the water's great, 7 oldie hills and the 1 blue beamer. I'm going, I know I am, I could bet I am. Somewhere I must get far away from Ban Bashor, wherever I am, no saddle, no stafford, but spare on the moment, so I think I'll take Freeboot's advice. Psst, I'll borrow a path to lend me wings, quick-quack, and from Jerusalem's wall, click-clack, me courser's clear to cheer up street. I'll travel the void world over, it's Winland for moyne, Bickbuck G. Jacers, I hurt myself netly that time, come my good frog marchers, we felt the fall, but we'll front the defile. Was not my aulty muther, Sereth Maritza, a running water, and the bold one that quickened her, the sea-born Fingale? I feel like that hill of a whaler went yielding round, grown one circus with his tree full of seaweeds, and Dinky Doll asleep in her shell. Hazel Ridge has seen me, Jern Veiling is, squall aboard for Q, hop, farewell a while to her and thee, the bride's my bride to be. Lead on, MacAdam, and danked be he who first sights. Halt, Lindorf, solo, so long, Lewd Erinana, Wari whale, with me sing game sorum orum. Here's me take-off now's monk or sinner, Siskinder, here goes the enemy Benedict, hot foots on the Puden stairs, sorry I bless alls to the wished, with this pan-Romanian apological, which walt we Whistlam sang, to the Kerrycoys, break ranks, after rage of battle, bother I am thinking most, fick you, I'm through. 1 toe, Adri, you watch my smoke. After poor John the Boast's last fireless words of postludium of his soapbox speech ending in Shreven, 2881 with a flirt of wings were pouring to his by-assistance. Could they snip that curl of curls to lay with their gloves and keep the kids bright? Prepared to cheer him should he leap, or to curse him should he fall. But where the bigger trigger reared a rodeo, the cherubs in the cherubang, set down here on sedan chair, don't you wish you'd your yoke or a bit in your mouth, repulsing all attempts at first hands on, as no es nada, our greatly misunderstood one we perceive to give himself some sort of a hermetic broad-door kick to sit up and take notice, which acted like magic while the phalanx of daughters of February, filled like ambushed and climbing ramblers and weeps, voiced approval in their customary manner by dropping knee-deep in tears over their concelebrated midnight sunflower, puberty boy, their solas dorcansis, and splattering together joyously the claps of their tappy hands, as with a cry of genuine distress, so pretty prattly polylogue, they viewed him, the just one, their darling, away. A dream favours a favourable dream. They know how they believe that they know. Wherefore they will. I jour way, o jour woe. Does obviously it palm-modied, Gesterns loathly answering to Maronite's wail. Oasis said ours, as salta shomung, leaf bound. Oasis cool presses, on mount of sighing. Oasis palmost, is alta shoming glades. Oasis fantastical. Roseway and Jericho, Oasis, newly rose, spaciosing and compness, Oasis, plantainus, deustuca mirage play tennis, pipetta, as misery unnoticed. But the strangest thing happened. Back scuttling for the hop, off with the odds altogether in favour of his tumbling into the river, drawn just then I saw to collect from the gentlest weaner among the weaners, who by this were in half-droop-leaf long mourning, for the passing of the last post, the familiar yellow label into which he fell a drop, smothered a curse, choked a guffaw, spat expectoraciously, and blew his own trumpet. And next thing was he gumma-licked the sticky backside and stamped the oval badge of belief to his Agnello's brow with a genuine dash of irrepressible piety that readily turned his ladylike Manzel's capsy-curvy, the holy scamp with half a glance of Irish frisky, a Joan Jameson, hasta luego from under the shag of his parallel brows. It was then he made as if he but waved instead a hand across the sea, as notice to quit while the Pacifettes made their arm-packed widdershins. Frida, Pesa, Paisy, Irini, Arionette, Bridome, Bentame, So, Sopki, Babepka, Bababatkesi, Gogo, Gutsotio, Damo, Damadomina, Takia, Tokaya, Skiokara, Sio Carolina, Payokia, Poika, Ho, Himay, Hoping, Hami, Happenance, Mira, Myra, Solima, Salamate, Santa, Sianta, O peace, but in self-writing the balance of his corporeity to re-exchange wide remembrance with the pillar bosom of the dizzier he loved prettier, between Estelos and Venuses, bad luck to the lie. But when next to nobody expected their star and garter gazer, at the summit of his climax, he toppled a lipple onto the off, and making a brand new start for himself to run down his easting by blessing his theirs with the sign of the Southern Cross, his bungalow Borsaline, with the hedgy green bound blew off in the love blast. Award for Trover and George John Redhead bucketing after Macamaniac, the headless shall have legs. Kings couriered round with an easy rush and ready relays. By the bridge a stadion beyond Lady Castle, and what herm but he nowly missed fouling her buttress, for her but for he, aqueduct, and then cocking a snook at the stock of his sermons, so mere and yet so far from the region's general away with him, at the double the hulk of a gowan belting after the road on Shank's mare. Let off like a wind-hound loose. The butchel, you'd think it was that moment they gave him the jambos with a posse of tossing hanker waves to his Rinwood like seraph summonses on the air and a tempest of good things in packet-shaped teeming from all accounts into the funnel of his fan-mail shrimpinet along the high road of the nation. Traitor's track, following which fond floral fray, he was quickly lost to sight through the statue-men, though without a doubt he was all the more on that same head to memory dear while Sickerson, that born of Bjorn, la grande auxiliaire. She murmured, Helek Hulsulinka, full of woe, and how fitlier should good boy's hand be shook than by the warming of her bosom that wrung his swaddles, where maggot Harvey kneeled till bags ate Andrew Coos hogdam favel. Whether now may the good people speed you, rural horn, export stout fellow that you are, the crooner born with sweet wail of evoker, healing music eye, and heart in hand of Shamrogsha, the goo-goos of a suckabolly in the rockabeddy are become the copiosity of wiseableness of the friary layman in the pulpit bowl. May your brawny hair grow rarer and fairer, our own only wide-headed boy. Rest your voice, feed your mind, mint your peas, coax your guax. Gross. Come to Distoon, Blarmy, and walk our grove so charming, and see again the sweet rockalows, where first you hymned, O say yes, sir, mayor, and touched the light, the oboe, songster, angler, choreographer, piper to prisoned, musicianship made ambassador at large, good by nature and natural by design. Had you but been spared to us, horny lad, but sure where's the use my talking quicker when I know you'll hear me all astray? My long farewell I send to you, fair dream of sport and game, and always something new gone is horn. My grief, my ruin, our Josel Joven, our Chris Namerti. 'Tis well you'll be looked after, from last to first, as you beam of light we follow, receding on your photophoric pilgrimage to your antipodes in the past, you who so often consigned your distributory tidings of great joy into our never-too-late-to-love books, mansuetudinous manipulator, victimizedly victor horse, dearest horn of all, you of the boots true as 80 step walker, penny-timer, lampaddy fair, busta no lenguo, our Romany chiel. Thy now paling light lucerne we ne'er may see again, but could it speak how nicely would it sputter to the 4 cantons, praise be to thee our patent saint, for you had, may I in our, your and their names, dare I to say it, the nucleus of a glow, of a zeal, of soul, of service such as rarely if ever have I met with single men. Numerous are those who, nay, there are a dozen of folk still unclaimed by the death angel in this country of ours today, humble indivisibles in this grand continuum, overlorded by fate and interlarded with accidents, who while their hours and days will fervently pray to the Spirit above, that they may never depart this earth of theirs till it is long run from that place where the day begins, ere he returnes post-cyclic. On that day that belongs to joyful Ireland, the people that is of all time, the oldest, the youngest, after decades of long suffering and decennia of brief glory, to mind us of what was then, when, and to matter us in the withering of our ways, their January February winds true from Sylvester, only Walker himself is like Walser, whimsicalismo, they go murmurand, comes marching a home on the summer crust of the flagway. Life, it is true, will be a blank without you, because Avicurum's not there at all, to no more cares from no mad nose, ere Moloch wars bring the devil era, a slip of the time, between a date and a ghost mark, rived by Darby's child days embers, spatched fun, journ a dandy forth from the night we are and feel and fade, with to the yester selves we tread to turn upon. But boy, you did your strong 9 furlong mile in slick and slapstick record time, and a far-fetched deed it was in troth, champion docile, with your high bouncing gait of going, and your feat of passage will be contested with you and through you for centuries to come. The phoenix rose, the sun before Arabia sank his smother. Shoot up on that bright Bennu bird, va foutre. Eft soon, so too will our own phoenix spark, spurt his spire, and sunward stride the rampant flambe. Aye, already the sombre opacities of the gloom are spanished. Brave footsore horn, work your progress, hold to, now win out, ye devil ye. The silent cock shall crow at last. The west shall shake the east awake. Walk while ye have the night for morn. Light breakfast bringer. Morroweth, whereon every past shall full fast asleep. Amen.